Hello, people, tube, and welcome back to another live stream with the fans. This is live stream with the fans 14. We are in 14 of these motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm Chris.
As usual, I am Liam, the real deal. How's it going, everyone?
All right, well, like every other live stream with the fans, we'll start with updates coming to the channel and shit like that. As far as for me, before the night ends, I am going to upload my next 5 video, which is 5 songs for depression. And then I should have some videos, maybe, after this weekend, because you and me, we're going to be doing some shit yet tomorrow. And, of course, we usually record some stuff while we're out and about.
Yeah, if I ever remember to bring my camera, as always.
Yeah. So, probably be some stuff from that. I don't know. We're going like pawn shop hunting and shit to see what we can find. So there's that. Maybe. I don't know. And yeah, that's basically all I got for now. So
yeah. I just put up the July channel update for my channel, like literally earlier today. So I pretty much said what I needed to say there. So if you guys want to check it out, let's go to my channel.
is it? So that's everything for now for you.
Yep, that's everything. Just go check out the damn channel update, and there you go.
All right. So that's the updates. And yeah, so now we just wait for comments to come in, and we'll just sit here and babble to one another like we always do.
Yeah. Kara's here. Says, "Hey guys, hey, how's it going?"
Hey, Kara. So yeah, so let's babble.
Babble.
Babble, babble,
Babble.
babble. Totally gonna put this dumbass moment in the best of video. Which I actually forgot to tell you, I'm actually working on the best of 2018 video. I've already started working on it.
Damn.
Well, I had to go through some of the podcasts because we're already almost halfway through the year, and I don't want to have to go back a full year into my fucking videos and watch every goddamn podcast. So I went back to some of the ones that I knew had funny moments. Like I have the one about the pornography where where we're all sitting there and Ty's like, "Hey guys, there's some porn," and then someone knocks on the bathroom door and he's like, "Hey, you all use a bathroom?" And you go, he has to take a poop. Like for some reason that was really funny to me.
Yeah, and the best moment from Ty, penis.
Yeah, penis, vagina. No, there's that. And then I have the one from the YouTube video podcast where Ty put his fucking cat on the screen and Chloe was like, and just fucking like your entire eardrum fucking implodes on itself. Like I don't know why, but that one cracks me the fuck up. And then I got two. I got two of them from like the first one we did, where Chloe and Ty were going at each other, and there was actually some really good moments in there. So right now I'm basically cutting some parts away from like the podcast. So that's where that's going and has gone so far. Because as far as videos in general, this year has been pretty empty, if that would be the words. Because we haven't done anything this year like we used to do. Like if you remember, fucking in 2016 and 2015, that's where we had the tons of response videos and shit, and the challenges and the Uno and all the board games and shit. that was like the 2 years where we had so much shit going on.
Yeah, that was pretty much the pinnacle of our YouTube careers, basically. Just for those couple of years, just right now, like within this year, just everything just kind of slowed down, died down. There's really nothing going on. So
yeah, no, I'll tell you, when you're hot, that's the thing. Like those last, those 2 years, were so fun and enjoyable, and there was so much to them. That now it's so slow, and you know, like I was telling you earlier, it's just kind of like I'm to the point where I'm almost contemplating on basically retiring the channel because it's like, well, there's nothing there anymore. Like the source is now, it's drying up because we don't record ourselves playing like games and shit anymore. We don't really do the board game shit anymore. We're not around each other enough to do like response videos. Like I do them on my own now, pretty much all the time if I do them, and they're just, and of course my shit's okay. Like it has to be okay considering the fact that the female incel video has almost 2,000 views. So my shit's okay, but there's not that connection. Like there's not the two different styles clashing together.
yeah,
It's just me, which I'm fine with. But like I said, it just doesn't have the same effect as like the Joseph videos do. So no, I think that those 2 years were pretty good, and it's definitely slowed down. All right, let's go to the comments. What have we got? We got Dame drops. Dead meets all 3D kill count. Okay, so Tyrese Daniels, man. This dude comments on a lot of my shit.
Yeah,
I've
actually been noticing like every stream, like every video that he's been part of, or she, and just been constantly talking about Saw and Jigsaw 2 and everything like that.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't get it. Like I seriously don't get that.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that whole bit.
Yeah, I'm Collage says fat. Okay. Ty says, hey, Chris and Will.
What's up?
Hey, Kara said, hi, Ty. He watched Sunset Boulevard. Cool. Said, hey, Kara. I'm also in hometown Davenport, Iowa at the moment. Cool. I guess he's visiting family. What are you doing there, Ty? Visiting my cousins. So, there you go.
Yeah.
So, all right. Where the fuck was I? What was I babbling about?
Babble.
Babble fucking babble. No, seriously, what the fuck was I saying?
Yeah, we were pretty much just rambling on about
the good old days.
Yeah, the good old. Every goddamn time.
Every damn time.
Jesus. Oh god, your webcam cut out, and it looks like your mic did too, or something. Oh shit. Oh god, are we gonna do this thing again, seriously? Where it's just me talking to myself?
Yes.
Oh, that's bullshit then. Oh, that's lovely.
That is exactly what you'll be doing.
I'm not good at talking to myself.
No. See, no, you want to see someone talk to themselves? I do that shit like every fucking night because now, I'm end up staying up till 3 a.m, which is now basically when I make fucking YouTube videos because I can't fucking sleep. So at 3 a.m, I'll be sitting up, be like, this seems like a good fucking idea. Holy shit, this is fucking ingenious. This will get me millions of views. Then I wake up the next morning and go, well, that was a stupid idea. And throw it away.
See, that's basically me pretty much. I'm just watching YouTube, and I'm just reminiscing and thinking like, what would be a good idea for a video? Oh, okay. I'll write this down later. Yeah. And wake up next morning. This is shit. Yeah, throw it away.
Yeah, like, yeah, I'll play some games at night and then, get off there about 1 in the morning, be like, all right, I'm going to bed. Don't fall asleep till 4. So in between then and 4, I'm usually either watching YouTube, fucking Kitchen Nightmare, or like, just randomly sitting there. So, all right. So back to the comments real quick and then we'll babble some more.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were we? Yeah, real far on that. Okay. Fat ass. Cool. I also got a new puppy. Cool. Wonder what kind. Kara said, shut the fuck up, collage. Nice. Kara said, oh, what kind? That's the puppies, I guess.
Terrier, Ty says.
Oh, I see. No, Shrekington said, oh no, it got him. I don't get it. Did I miss something?
Maybe when you made me talk to myself for like 2 seconds.
Oh. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
Terrier, she said, I want to see. Can't send pics. Sorry, he's about to upload a video on my YouTube channel. Shrekington jumped on the stream. Okay, with the puppy. Yes. Hi, Ty. Shrekington said, hi, Ty. And then Ty said, hey, Shrekington. And Kara said she check him out. Okay, cool. What the fuck was I babbling about?
Just shit. Typical shit.
Yeah. No, seriously, though. But, like, those 2 years, those were some good fucking years for YouTube. I'll tell you.
I think ultimately what it is just we have lost momentum just since then.
No, you know what it is though? Two things happened since those 2 years. One, we lost our hub.
Yeah.
That was a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
2, the group split. Because even though he wasn't in a lot of videos, people don't realize that TDC had a huge part in the channel, even if he wasn't in a lot of them or didn't fucking want to be. He actually was pretty essential to those 2 years. Now, of course, he wasn't the funniest guy on my channel.
Oh, bullshit.
But, he was still a part of it, which I don't regret him turning his back on us. In fact, sometimes I'm glad that he did because he never fucking listened to me to begin with. Nope. But in a way, it would be stupid for me not to admit the fact that one of the reasons why we were so good then is because he was a part of it.
Yeah.
Like even when, don't get me wrong, when we're together, like you and me, when we do shit together, we do it awesomely. But we were together so much those 2 years that we were able to do a lot of different shit.
Yeah.
Now we basically are only able to do maybe 1 or 2 videos together once a couple months.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's like we're better. We make videos better together. Rather alone, just going solo.
Yeah, well, and I think it also has to do with like certain topics.
Oh yeah, true.
Like as far as like the whole shit, like with Joseph and Kent, it makes sense to have 2 people, because we have, even though we share the same opinion about it, it's we have different joking styles. Like the more political videos, you actually stayed out of. Like the whole political shit was always me. I was always the one that ended up arguing for the whole politics shit. Like fucking Cynthia G. You go back and watch the entire hour and a half fucking video, I talk the most. I'm pretty sure you said 2 lines the entire hour and a half.
Yeah.
So
because I know nothing about politics.
Well, that wasn't even politics. It's just her talking shit about white guys. Like, but no, like, I get it. Definitely for some topics better together and some topics better alone. Like here, I'll give you a good example. Like some of the live stream, like live streams, better together.
Yeah.
I am fucking terrible when I'm streaming alone. Just watch my goddamn South Park game shit. Terrible. It's better with more people like this.
Yeah.
Also, fucking some of the response videos, like the more political ones, I'm fine alone. That's a fact. Some certain ones, it's fine alone. But together with shit like Kent, we work well off of each other. It's like fucking Smosh, if you will, or Rhett and Link.
Yeah. Or whatever. Game Grumps, even.
Yeah. So it's like that. So that's definitely like a lot of people don't. If you go back and watch the best of videos, there was very few times where I put just myself in the best of videos. In fact, I think the 2015 one, there was no videos of me alone at all. And that's not saying I didn't make any good videos. People liked the melon one when I made fun of that Prager chick. People fucking loved, when fucking what the fuck was it? The Trisha Paytas one. Shit like that, but I just didn't include those. Because to me alone isn't as fun. I don't know, it's just a little hard to explain. I don't know. So okay, what have we got? Where are we? Hey, okay, let's check it out. Chris, what is the next Derpy cast going to be on?
Next topic for Down and Derpy?
Yeah. Jesus, did we ever decide?
No, I don't. I know we came up with the idea of like talking about next gen like consoles and stuff like that, like during our or gaming news podcast.
I don't particularly want to do video games again. Like not this soon, because we just had the E3 shit. So.
Well, no, I'm just saying that that was like one of the newest ideas that we came up with, but obviously not do it now since we just did gaming news. Yeah, but yeah, we pretty much talked about like all the more heavier topics.
No, we didn't.
Did we not?
Nope.
Well, what did we miss?
We covered suicide.
Oh yeah.
But what we didn't cover was death in general. What we didn't cover is depression or mental illness.
Well, I feel like that kind of is linked with the whole suicide podcast.
Well, they're linked, but it's more like how do you explain it? It's like a cause and effect.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think of next week's Down and Derpy being about either depression or death?
I don't know. If I have to say either or between those two, probably death. Because, I don't know. I feel like depression is like more connection to what we did with suicide.
I think, well, as far as like for depression, the thing is, depression is really hard to talk about. Not like, well, as like a emotional sense it is, but also as sort of like as a topic in general, because for a lot of people it could be different things that make you depressed. So I feel like it would actually make a great topic on its own, but I feel like it also could be really hard to talk about as well.
Yeah.
So which one do you think?
Yeah. Honestly, I really don't know.
I would like to do probably death. I would like to do death, and then we'd probably going to have to do politics. I know politics is coming.
Yeah, we haven't done politics yet. Yeah, that's something I'm probably not even going to speak at all on.
Yeah, death. I mean, we still got to do shit like death and politics.
Right.
Yeah, we got to talk, probably some shit on like reading, religion, shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking next week probably be death.
Yeah. All right.
Let me look at see what we're at.
Ty says, I'm thinking politics or religion would be good.
You could only dream of being Game Grumps. You guys are trash. Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, politics. We'll do death.
Death.
We're doing death.
All right. Well,
Death
it's
is
settled
death.
then.
Yeah, we'll do death next week. We'll do a death podcast, and then the one for the week after that will be on. What was the other one? Religion. No, the one after that will be on religion.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, I won't be for on the death podcast because I'm going on vacation.
Well, next week.
Yeah. I think next week. I can't. Yeah, next weekend.
Well, do you want to put it off, or do you want me to go on without you?
Well, I mean, you can go on without me, but like that's up to you.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I mean, I'll have Ty. Like, I have Ty because he'll be on there. like, I'm not even worried about that because he pretty much I know will be on it.
All right.
I
don't know. I'll see if I can make it maybe while I'm on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pull what Ty did, like just go into the bathroom and just like.
In the bathroom. Okay. Let me tell you about death. Death is really sad. So we'll do death next week, and hopefully you'll be able to make it. I'll message Chloe next week. We definitely. It's about time to do the next podcast. I know we had to do a live stream with the fans this week.
Yeah. The streaming schedule has been kind of fucked within this month.
Yeah, well, it was mostly fucked because of E3.
Yeah,
but I knew that would kind of fuck it up though, because I knew what we were going for. Because when you messaged about the gaming news, I was like, oh, okay, so that's going to basically take over a space for one of these. So, no, I figured, I figured it'd be fucked, but I'm fine with that because, like I said, I'm at that point where it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live, basically. So, all right, back to old comments. Ty said, I'm Lutheran. Cool. So, cool. You can talk about that on the religion podcast, which will be the one after the next one.
Yeah.
So.
What were we primarily talking about again?
Well, we were still babbling about the good old days.
Duh. Yeah.
Them good old days.
Them good old days.
So the days after Leaking Shadows, but before our fall. So right there, right in between,
Yeah. Which honestly, we done perfectly with Leaking Shadows as well. It was like when we had that fallout, though, we just kind of separated and just lost our momentum too. Then
Leaking Shadows was killed for two. Well, two, we had the fallout, but three. Wait, no. One, because we had the fallout. Two, because there was no subscribers, there was no views. Definitely wasn't apparently what people were looking for. So,
well, around that time, I think the age of fucking Let's Plays was beginning.
Yeah, no, people were not looking for that.
That was like, because we started 2011.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like that's the start of the age of Let's Plays.
Yeah,
So
no, we definitely were at the wrong place at the wrong time, but luckily we hit the response videos at the right time.
yeah.
So that was good on my part for saying to do that shit. So
Yeah.
so definitely that we definitely hit the nail on the head with us, for that. But as far as the podcast, I'm gonna have to see if Chloe wants to be on it. Ty's going to be on it. And then I want to see if Shrekington's still watching this, do comment if you want to be on that one. Like I said, we'd love to have you because, like I said, I wouldn't mind having a bunch of people on here. So we tried it with the YouTube one, but shit hit the fan. Like
Yeah,
you,
it went to chaos.
yeah, yeah. So mouthling because he had to do his fedora tricks.
Oh boy.
Ugh. So okay, Chris, did you ever check out It's Such a Beautiful Day? And did you ever check out Paranoia Gent, Will?
Oh, yeah, he asked you first.
Well, considering the fact that no, and I'm gonna let you answer that, Will.
Yeah, no, I have not. I actually kind of went off on my anime binge for a little while. Want to pick back up eventually, but just not right now.
Kara said, "I don't know if I can," or Shrekington said, "I don't know if I."
Jeez,
Jesus fucking Christ, where's my brain gone?
that was one hell of a brain fart you got there.
Dude, my fucking mind is just dead at this fucking point. I can't fucking remember if I'm coming or going. Anyway, I don't know if I can. I'm
You
actually
might be
going.
going both ways. You never know.
I don't know if I'm. Oh shit. I don't know if I can. I'm actually going to Rainbow River next weekend. What's Rainbow River?
Yeah,
See now I'm interested in knowing what Rainbow River is.
yeah. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Is it like a river that like
Is it the
follow?
equivalent to Rainbow Road?
No. I'm telling you, it's a river with like rainbow food coloring it.
That'd be actually really interesting to see. Just somebody
Exactly.
just dump gallons of food coloring into
Yeah,
like a river.
it's like a fucking Pride River.
Yeah.
So if she's still on, wait till she tells us what a Rainbow River is, because like I said, I'm curious. So what the fuck was I babbling about?
Still the good old days.
Still the good old days. All them good old days. They were so good. Actually, they weren't. Because
Nah.
the funniest shit is I had way less subscribers and like way less subscribers and yet doing much better. Now I have more, not doing great.
Yeah.
Going camping in Florida, it's from a spring, so it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
So crystal clear water. It's not what I pictured when I think rainbow, but cool. And going camping in Florida.
In Florida.
Florida. My name is Florida. Uh, cool. Well, I do hope you have fun. Camping. Yeah. Probably I got a camping story to tell actually,
Oh
because
boy.
we still have a half fucking hour. So
Yeah.
my step grandmother is of course the mother of my stepfather. They love to go camping. Like that was their big thing. Camping every year. Fucking camping. Well, they have had a like an RV, like one of those pop up camper things, you know what I'm saying? And They dragged the entire family. They dragged their fucking one of their other son's family along, and they dragged my stepfather and our family along. So here we are in the middle of this fucking like weird forested area. There's several 100 feet out. There's like a bunch of other campsites with people in their fucking camping gear and all this good shit. And we were late. So my mom and stepfather, they bought soda. They bought cases upon the 24 packs of soda, and they sent it up with my step grandmother, the camper. And we got there late. We got there a day late by the time we got there. Now, remember, they sent up 5 cases of soda, 24 cans apiece. We got there the day after everyone arrived, and it was all gone. 100 cans of soda, like, disappeared in one night. That's not the best part. That's gone. So, soda's all gone and shit. So, we go, and my mom buys more. And my brother, he gets a gallon of chocolate milk, and he's just drinking this chocolate milk. It's all his chocolate milk. And the kids of the other family, so we get back to camp, and, soda's all gone, the food's all gone, all shit like that. We get back to camp, and the daughter of the other son walks up, and she looks at my brother, and she goes, "Give me your milk." And so he has this jug of milk in his hand, and he looks down at her, and he goes, "Bitch, back the fuck up."
Jesus Christ.
So we start laughing. So, of course, you start laughing just because it's so goddamn random. And she starts screaming and crying, and the grandmother runs over, and she's like, "What's going on?" And my brother goes, "This bitch wants my chocolate milk. She ain't getting my motherfucking chocolate milk. This is my chocolate milk." and of course, my step grandmother's like, "We'll get her own chocolate milk." And she turns around to walk away. My brother goes, "Good. I don't give a fuck." So later that night, we're all sitting around the camp. It was 5 o'clock at night, and we're all sitting around, and they like campfire. We have marshmallows. So at 6 o'clock, it's starting to get dark out, and they're all talking. They're fucking bibble babble a flubbity wub, babbling on about some shit. And step grandmother, she comes out of the camper, and she walks over and she goes, "Okay, everybody, it's time for bed." What? 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's time for bed. No, it ain't. Till 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And she goes, "We gotta get up at 5 in the morning." Why? Because, like, seriously, legit, why? I cook breakfast at 4. Why? Like, at this point, you're like, why are you cooking breakfast at 4 in the morning? Why do I have to be up at 5 in the morning? And what the fuck is literally going on in your brain that you think that this is like legit? So she goes to bed, and the other family goes to bed. Of course, my family, fuck that shit. We're staying up. So we got the fires roaring, melting marshmallows, all that good shit. And, we're talking, laughing, having a good time. Usually what you're supposed to do when you're camping. Mm-hmm. And around midnight, we put the fire out. It's midnight, almost 1. It's time to go to bed. So we all start to go to bed. Now, the grandparents, step-grandparents, got the camper. And they allowed the other family to stay in it. Well, our family had to stay in tents. So it was my mom and stepfather in one tent, me and my brother in another tent, and my sister hadn't been born yet. So we're sitting in a tent, and my brother had an axe. He had a little hand axe that he carried with him on the camping trip. So we're sitting in, and of course, you've met my brother. You know exactly how he acts.
Yep.
So it's about 1, 2 in the morning. We're sitting there, me and my brother. We're still fucking talking, talking about video games, stupid shit, even though we're supposed to. So we hear a noise outside of the tent, leaves rattling, twigs snapping. So my brother has the most ingenious idea to jump out of the tent, and go boogity, 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 and scare the shit out of the person. And now he has the axe in hand. So my brother creeps out of the tent, like on his stomach, creeps out, and he goes, "Watch this." So you see the guy from the other campsite. See him creeping through the forest. For some fucking reason. You see my brother sneak up to a tree, and he's standing behind the tree. And this other dude, he starts to kind of walk towards our thing. And my brother fucking comes around that tree with the axe in the air, and he went, dude, this motherfucker like shit himself and died right there. This dude shit himself, turned, and hightailed it the fuck out of there. That motherfucker ran so... I've never seen a human run that fast. Like, holy shit. And then, so you hear my brother scream, and you hear the other guy scream and run. So my mom and stepfather, they jump out of their tent, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? Next thing you do here is the fucking camper door getting kicked open. Fucks standing outside. And then all the kids, everyone's awake. And they're like, what's going on? My brother said, oh, there's some creepy fuck trying to get in the camp. But I took care of him. And of course, step grandmother, she's like, wow, it's almost 4 a.m. I gotta start cooking. So didn't get any fucking sleep. Because we go back to the tent after all this shit happened. But all you can hear is the fucking, like, pans, like, sizzling and shit. And you're like, oh, God. So no fucking sleep that night. And we wake up. We did fall asleep. And we're around, probably about 5:30, though. And we fell asleep, woke up about 5:30. Or, no, shit. We fell asleep at 5:30, woke up at 7:30. And we walk out of the tent. No fucking breakfast. The other family ate all of it. 36 eggs were cooked. All gone. All gone. So, we go to McDonald's. We drive about, I don't know, God, what was that, about fucking like a county away? Like, it was kind of far, actually. Like, we were in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So we go to McDonald's, and we eat some McDonald's and come back. And my mom was like, fuck this. And she packs up everything, and we leave. And there you go. There's my camp story. That was like the one and only time I've ever been camping. So there you go.
And that's a hell of an experience right there.
Shrekington said chocolate bar and milk.
You get some good old s'mores.
Is that what you get when you have chocolate bar and milk? Because I get chocolate milk.
Well, I think the milk is supposed to, because there's no marshmallow emoji, I don't think. So, there you go.
Well, no. See, it's because I was talking about chocolate milk earlier, remember?
Oh, true.
Yeah. Bitch, back the fuck up. My man.
Just, goddamn, your brother, man.
Yeah, you know him. He's fucking nuts.
I know.
So,
but I swear, just the way he acts makes any situation funny as fuck. I will say that.
Yeah, no, it really does. He's fucking insane. So, but we can't talk about him because the thing about him is he's very what's the word? Can't think of it, but he really likes it when people talk about him.
Mm.
And he has that third sense, when he'll be sitting there and be like, someone's talking about me.
So he's egotistical as fuck.
Yeah, he is. He is egotistical as fuck.
Yeah. Oh no, I know that. I know that.
And he doesn't like to admit it either. That's what's funny. I'm kind of egotistical, but I fucking like. I admit it. Like I do.
Yeah.
So, how about you? Got any camping horror stories?
Well, horror story. I have one, but it's not as good as your fucking brother going booga 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 and scaring the shit out of somebody. But God, I can't. It was in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, like yours.
Oh, it is.
I think, like during the time that I went camping, this particular story, the first Wrong Turn just came out, and pretty much all my family has already seen it by the time we went camping. And so during camping, it was kind of like dusk. We already had the fire going, and my mom decides to, talk about urban myths and legends like around the forest, that typical shit. And like considering that Wrong Turn was like based in West Virginia or something like. The fuck?
Okay.
Well, turned out fucking Siri just activated for some reason. The fuck? I didn't even say anything. Besides fucking telling that story, and just Siri just fucking started going off.
Okay. Well, do continue.
Whatever. I'm just gonna toss my phone over there so that way it can't hear me as much. Anyway, so my mom decided to have the idea of telling urban myth story of considering Wrong Turn was like base of like West Virginia or something like that, or one of them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
She pretty much told those exact hillbillies live around the area, and typical shit, blah blah blah. They might get you in a particular day or whatever. And after she gets done telling the story, we stayed up for a couple more hours, and then we went to bed, or we were going to bed. But for me and my cousins, we all shared one tent. While my mom and I think it's just my mom was just in a separate tent, and so me and my cousins were just blabbering on and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you just hear this rustling and stuff like that, and then we were confused, what the hell is going on, and all of a sudden you see the fucking tent just closing in and just baying. It scared the shit out of my fucking cousins. Scared the shit out of them.
So that was your mom?
Yeah, it was my mom.
Figured.
Yeah. Oh, she had a little costume and everything.
It seems like some shit your mom would do.
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. It was so damn funny. So damn funny.
See, that's more that's not
it's basically like the cliche, little horror story or whatever for camping.
That's you see, that's more like my normal life.
Jesus Christ, your normal life.
My normal life. There's one when I was 4. I think I told this story a while back. I think I told it when I done the video about watching the movie again. But there was a movie called Don't Be Afraid of the Dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And when I was 4, and see, like, your story makes me fucking have PTSD about this. And I don't know if I've ever covered the entire story. But when I was 4, in this family, it's kind of like a tradition. At the age of 4, if you are a new member of the family, you watch the TV horror film Don't Be Afraid of the Dark from 1974. Like, if you like, if you don't watch it when you're young, if you watch it now, it's really fucking goofy. Like, it is. It's a really stupidly goofy movie. But if you watch it when you're 4 and the shit's ingrained in your brain, then there's some fucked up shit. So, first time I ever seen it was when I was 4. So after I got, sitting there, I'm all 4 years old, first horror film I ever seen, and of course about these little fucking demons that end up stealing a woman and taking her down to, like, down into this fucking, like, stove, and to steal her soul and kill her and shit. But there's no blood, there was no gore. It's a TV movie. It was tame as fuck. Um, so, but the thing that always got me was the song from the intro and the voices, because the creatures talked. They were like, "We're coming to get you, coming to get you. Hi, hi, we want you, we want you." They talk just like that. Like, that is spot on. I did their voice right there. But what really set it in my brain, because I think I would have completely forgot about it if it wasn't for my mom. So as the movie's ending, and my 4-year-old who's watching this woman get dragged away by demons down into a stove so they can kill her, my mom decides that she was going to go hide beside the washer and dryer. Now, in the old house, like our first house we ever lived in, the washer and dryer had a large space in between them where you could fit a person. And I never thought about it because I'm fucking 4 years old, and what 4-year-old really does think about it? So, I'm the movie's over, and it was like fucking 11, 12 at night. It's time to go to bed, which is funny because I usually went to bed at that time like 7 or 8, but my mom just had to have me stay up past 11 to watch it because she's a fucking psycho bitch. But so I go looking for her because you're 4, you're fucking terrified. Well, you were never in the old house because by the time I met you, we had already lived in our new house, Craigsville. Well, the old house has this long hallway. Like, the hallway in that house was basically the length of, like, where you live. It's like the length of your house.
All right.
Like, it was a long fucking hallway. And it had one light. Even if it was turned on, it still had dark areas. Well, my mom had to unscrew the light bulb. When you flick the light, it didn't come on. So I'm flicking, it's not coming on, and I'm calling for her. She ain't answering. So, I tell myself, my little 4-year-old self, gotta be brave, gotta walk through the darkness. So I start creeping down the hallway, completely fucking pitch black. I'm like, okay, I can either run or I can sneak and hope to God that if I'm sneaking, they don't notice me. So I start sneaking down the hallway, completely fucking pitch black. The next thing I hear is, "We want you. We want you." 4 years old. I was like, dude, I was shitting myself. Like, oh my God. So I started screaming. "Mom! Mom! Where are you?" And as I'm screaming, as I'm walking, it's getting louder. "We want you. We want you. I'm going to kill you." So, I don't scream anymore because, I figured that she can't hear me because a demon's got her. So for some reason in my mind, going to them, or at least to the back room, I can hide under my blanket. Because when you're young, you think that hiding under a blanket is like the ultimate protection. Don't tell me you didn't think that, because what happens when you get scared? You hide under the fucking blanket. Like, that's gonna stop whatever's trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So, my objective was to get under that fucking blanket. So my ass starts walking a little faster, and of course it's getting louder and louder. So I get back where the washer and dryer was, and Then, of course, the voice is right next to me. I watch. So I turn, and now I don't know why I turned. I don't know why I looked. I should have just bolted, but I was a fucking idiot. I turn, and I look into the space. Now, in the space, pure darkness. But out from the darkness comes a face. Dude, when the thing came out, my fucking ass hit the floor. Just like shocked. Just done. Like I literally, like if it would have been a demon, they would have ate my ass. Because I just, wow, right in the floor. And my mom, she starts laughing. Ha 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 ha. Whoa. And then she jumps out of the darkness and goes, I got you. I got you. I got you. And she goes, oh, you know, of course you're little. You're like, why'd you do that? And she goes, because I did it to your brother and my brother did it to me and I'm going to do it to your sister because everyone in this family has to have this happen to them so they won't be big pussies. Huh. So, yeah. And I do got to thank her because that led to basically my love of horror. If it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't love horror as much as I do. That's pretty much responsible for all my posters, all my Blu-ray, my book collection, and yeah, I have to thank her. That gave me my love of horror, and I'm in a way, you know, it's fucked up, but I'm glad she did it. So.
Let's look at the comments.
Have you heard about the latest controversy on Atari VCS? Actually, I have. I watched RG82, if that's his name, video on it. I would like to maybe talk about it, but I don't really know enough to do it. Shrekington said, my dog Pete opens a closet at night, sits, looks into the darkness, and wags his tail. Well, see, now that's creep. Okay, now let me explain to you why that would creep me out. I don't know if you'll remember this movie, William. You may not, because it wasn't really popular. But if you've seen it, you probably remembered it. It's a movie called They.
Yeah, I remember.
And if you remember at the beginning, it has that. And I'm not gonna lie, like the beginning of They was easily one of the scariest parts in film history, especially for the 2000s. But there's a fucking part where the monster is actually in the closet. Well, the fucking the part where the monster lives in the closet, they do this like wonderful technique in the film of the creature kind of like coming out of the darkness, and that kind of is what that reminds me of. It's like her dog is sitting and looking for the creature in the darkness, and you know it'd be like the creature be like, come here, doggy. You know, dog run in the closet, and then the next thing you hear, whoop. Like I don't know, like shit like that, man. Like that is the only movies that actually creep me out nowadays. Like movies don't scare me, period. But I do get creeped if a movie does a creature in the darkness right, like They, or Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, or fucking the Babadook. When the Babadook was like creeping on the roof and shit. And all you heard was the voice. If a movie can do a creature in the darkness right, it's some of the most terrifying shit you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
Gritman said, what's up, man? Oh, hey, Gritman, that's Nick.
Oh, what's
Nick.
up?
And, not much. And Shrekington said, oh, no, dude, it's going to get him. Oh, poor dog. Jesus, Shrek.
Oh my god.
You don't want the creatures in the closet to eat your doggy, do you? Damn. Damn. Well, most likely her dog's probably a moron like my dogs are. Like, I could see Rocket. Like, I could see the monster being like, come here. And Rocket be like, okay. And walk in.
Oh god, I had a fucking. I used to have a cat that did that to me, like what Shrekington described of her dog doing. I had a cat that did that, except not the tail wag. It just stared at me as I'm trying to sleep.
Like
It's a
the thing,
fucking creepy shit.
the weird thing that was the house I was telling you about that I lived in. It didn't have a closet door. Like that house was old as fuck. It didn't have a closet door. It didn't have a bedroom window. Like seriously, that house was fucking creepy. Not to mention the house was on the edge of a forest where no one else lived in that forest. So it got really fucking dark outside. And I don't mean dark as in like, oh, maybe one or two street lamps are there and there's some brightness. No, I mean there's no stars at night on that side of the country, and it feels like if you walked outside, you would die instantly of a creature. Like the movie Pitch Black, that's what outside is like in that shithole.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine. I see. I haven't really had like any place where I live. It wasn't necessarily surrounded by anything. It was like either in like a cul-de-sac type style area or whatever.
I've lived two that I've been in four different houses that I can remember. And two of them have been in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. The first one was on the edge of the woods. Pure fucking darkness, sucked. The other one, if you remember, was in Tioga. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep. Fucking on next to the main highway. Fucking pure black darkness. No street lamps. Fucking on one side was a guy who killed somebody with a screwdriver, and then the other house was like a mile down the road. Like holy shit, I've lived in some fucked up places.
Well, it's like, oh god, it was like one day whenever either or it was me and my mom dropping you off from getting done like hanging around my place or picking you up or whatever. It's like I felt like I was going to get shanked at like any moment.
Yeah, yeah. Like, because it's in the middle of the countryside. Like, I hated living out there. I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you though, man. Fucking Drakington said, "I hate that feeling." And yeah, no, one of the worst. Okay, let me explain this to you because this is really hard to explain to people who's never lived in the middle of the country. If you have never lived in a place where the stars don't shine and it's in pure black, and you live in the middle of nowhere, you will never understand how it feels to look out the window at night and to know that if something is out there, you would never be able to see it. And that's a fact. That's why most fucking porch lights, when you live in a place like that, have to be pretty fucking brightly lit. If not, dude, you would never fucking know what's coming. That was always a fear for me in both Tioga and fucking Mount Lookout. The weirdest shit, though, of course, is when I figured out that in Mount Lookout there was a cave system in the forest next to our house, and the cave system ran underneath the house.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Woo! I would be like, fuck that shit. I want to move out now.
Oh, yeah. Shregington said, like Outlast 2. Yeah, no, she ain't lying. It is seriously like walking through either the cornfields in Outlast 2 or just kind of. It's more like if there was a horror movie where there's a house in the middle of a field, not like corn, but a completely flat land and no lights. It's just you alone in the house, and it's just pure darkness. Like country darkness is one of the most terrifying experiences you can have. Like that is a fact. I had, and I've never told anyone about this experience, but once I'm done with that, we'll probably wrap this up within a couple minutes after I'm done. But one of the last experiences I had in the first house I lived in, I was walking, like the house, we had already moved. Mm-hmm. But we have realized that we had forgot some shit. So we went back to the old house. And now what happened was people actually broke in and stole a lot of shit that we left behind. So now think about that. Now we have in our minds that there was people actually stealing our shit in the middle of the night, even though we weren't there. So there's that. So very last day I was there. Well, my room, what used to be my room, was at the very end of the house. It was the last room you get to. The window was broken. There was no closet door. There was a small room attached to that room, which led outside. There was a broken door, which led into this small room that they were extending the house, and then you walk into my room from that room. So think about that. I was in the most dangerous room in the house, and it legit was. So think about it being in pure darkness. Well, the last day I was ever in that house, I had a recliner chair. Because I pretty much had a recliner chair in almost everywhere I lived. The chair's my thing. So I had this old chair, but the way the room was you come in, and then there was a like a piece of the room was kind of pushed out, and that's where the recliner sat. So if you sat in the recliner, you couldn't. There was a wall right here, so it was kind of like you're boxed in, and then you couldn't see the rest of the room really. The last day I was there, and I said I'm gonna sit. We couldn't take the chair, so I said I'm gonna sit in the room I'm gonna sit in my chair one last time, and just have and just to memory for memory. I'll sit in my chair. Now remember, everyone else they're actually walking around out back looking at shit, and now I'm in the house alone. But I sit down in this chair, just sit in a chair, and then this weird feeling. It's this weird feeling that it's almost like a feeling like you're alone, but you're not alone. So I'm sitting there, and I tried to move my arms, but I couldn't move my arms. And I tried to move my legs, but I couldn't move my legs. I tried to move the rest of my body, and I couldn't move the rest of my body. Really fucking weird. And next thing I heard these voices. Now, remember when I was doing the voice for the little demons from Don't Be Afraid of the Dark? Well, these were more not scratchy, but more like it's hard to explain. Like if you ever would see a movie with a talking demon, I think that's what it would sound like.
Like a deep tone.
Sort of deep, but high pitch deep.
Hmm.
Like it's kind of hard to explain. But I heard it. And what I heard was really low. It went, Mark. Now, you can't move, but you hear that. Your brain is telling you to get the fuck out of that room. Because you realize this is the last time you're ever going to be in this room. And this might be the last time you ever live. So, my fucking, I tell my brain screaming, tell my body, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck, move, you fat fuck, get the fuck out of here. But my body ain't moving. So, next thing I hear is banging in the closet. That's when my body decided, oh, fuck this shit. My body jumped out of that fucking chair. I have never moved faster in my life. I didn't stop to look in the closet. I didn't do anything. My ass fucking bolted out of that room, up that hallway, and out that fucking door, and I never looked back. The funniest shit is I go to talk to my brother. That was years ago. That was over 12 years ago. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I was talking to my brother. We were playing some games. And I told him about this experience, and he goes, "God, that's fucking weird." Because I remember one night laying in bed, and I couldn't move, and I heard the same thing, but I didn't hear the banging. because I didn't get the chance to. Because he said when he heard the voice is when he fucking ran out. And of course, he didn't sleep there. He slept in the other room. But of course, that the next couple nights, he slept in the room and it never happened again. But he said, it's weird. He said he looked it up and what that is supposed to be, because apparently it's happened to more than just us. But what it is, it's called like daydream. It's called daydream atrophy or some shit. And the legend is that what that is demons are holding you in place, keeping you from moving. And if it ever got past the banging, then they were coming to eat you. And apparently, this has happened to multiple people. And I don't believe in demons. I never have, and I never will. But that is probably the closest I've ever been to the supernatural. Speaking of supernatural, you having some problems over there?
I'm just hearing some grinding. I don't know if it's coming from my air conditioner or outside, so I might be dead soon.
Huh. But yeah, no, let me tell you, that house, demons in the closet, broken windows, people broke into it, darkest nights. Goddamn, that fucking place.
Yeah, like what you were describing there about like the whole like the demon shit or whatever. It kind of reminds me of like some other type of like illness or some shit. I did a fucking creepypasta reading about it like ages back. It's like sleep paralysis. It was
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yeah, it's basically it's like that, but you're not tired.
Right.
Like my thing, like I said, I'm not superstitious at all, none of that shit. But what I figured was that house, considering the fact that it had it was so fucked up, it was so old, it's seen a lot of violence, death, pain. I figured that if I ever believed in the supernatural, which I don't, but if I did, I figured that it was just a manifestation of like evil, because there was so much shit that went on in that house that it was just a manifestation of everything, and then it created this sort of monster. And that's it's kind of like what I thought. When you're younger, that's what you think. But it's almost comparable. Like I'd almost compare it to those sort of weird dreams where, like, you'll be laying in bed and you'll trip, like in your dream you'll trip, but then you jump up in real life and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like shit like that.
Or like if you're falling from like a cliff or something when you're
Yeah, shit like that. I almost feel like it's kind of like that, because I feel like the whole demon shit, it didn't happen, but it was sort of like a dream in the middle of the day, like a daydream, if you will. So yeah, no, that was the only superstition or whatever I've ever had like that. Grip said, "How was watching horror movies in the middle of nowhere?" It's something. Ty said, "Back. I've seen Demon before. It looked like Freddy Krueger. It was fucking terrifying. I've never seen one, man, but I heard him knocking. My fat ass wasn't sticking around to see what came next."
Come and knock at a door.
And Ty said, "I do like paranormal stories. I don't like anything ghost, but fucking I'll tell you though, I don't believe it was a demon at all. But it is weird that it happened to both, like to me and my brother. But then again, he could be lying. But honestly, where he's so goddamn egotistical, I don't think he would actually tell that fucking story unless it's true. Like maybe that might be my thinking's the other way around than what it should be on that. But I don't know. It's a weird thing that happened. So
yeah, like for me, in terms of like anything like paranormal like that, like honestly, really, the only thing I've seen or what I think I saw was like just a series of ghosts.
mm.
like as you were saying, like manifestations of like what appeared to be ghosts or something like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely mine. No, mine. I think like definitely probably like. When I looked it up, it was supposed to be demons, and if you think of the whole manifestation of evil and shit like that, I guess that makes sense. But it was fucking weird. It was fucking weird. Shrekington said, "Yeah, mine's a Grand Canyon. I think when I hit the bottom, I jolt awake." If we're gonna talk about dreams, weirdest dreams. If I'm gonna get into this, might as well talk about some weird dreams.
All right.
I remember a few. I remember the one I had in high school where there was this girl that we went to high school with. In my dream, I tried to kiss her, but then she turned into a T-Rex and tried to eat me. Like I remember.
I remember you told me that.
yeah. I remember that one because it was just stupid. And then, of course, every so often I'll have the fucking tripping. I don't know what is my brain does this thing about like tripping or falling. Like that one's actually pretty often. But then I remember I had this female friend, and in one of my dreams, we were getting married. But I remember we getting married, and we're standing there, and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. Next thing I see, she goes, BAM! And fucking blows her brains out right on the altar. And I was like, of course, that's when you wake up and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then, let's see, there was that. Then there was the fucking dream. What the fuck was it? It actually happened not that long ago. But, oh man. There's a dream where I was alone on the street. I was just walking on this only street. It was actually at night, and walking, no voice, and he goes, "Hey, hey, 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 yeah." I'm talking to it. Yeah. What are you doing? Walking. Would you like to walk with me? Sure. Dream me. Then I turn around, and there's this giant Cthulhu-esque fucking H.P. Lovecraft creature. He's like, okay, let's walk. I'm like walking beside him. We're talking, and he's like, hey, you like chocolate pudding? I love chocolate pudding. And he's like, me too. I just had a nice conversation with this weird fucking monster. And then he's like, okay, I'm at my apartment. It's like, oh, cool. He goes, I'll see you later. Cool. And he walks in his apartment, and I woke up. Ever had a conversation with like H.P. Lovecraft monster? That was pretty cool. Like that one was cool.
Sounded like honestly a pretty interesting dream.
If my dreams, man, a lot of them are about suicide and death. Like, holy fuck, I really do. Like that is something. Like, I've died so many fucking times. And I've watched people kill themselves so many fucking times in my dreams. And then I'll have dreams where like my girlfriends will break up with me. Like, I don't, like, so weird. Like, the other night I had 3 in a row. I had 3 actual dreams in a row. The first one was me falling to my death. The second one was a girl committing suicide in front of me. And the third one was me fucking falling again. So, what the fuck? I don't get it.
I've had like so many fucking random dreams. This is like unreal. Like I can't remember a whole lot of them for life of me. Like I know I had a series of dreams, like not all at once, but just like within different nights, just within the same series. It's like I was just placed in a situation with like 2 other people, and it was just pretty much like this Scooby-Doo realism like horror movie. Like of okay, just think Scooby Doo, you know, like the whole chasing scenes and stuff like that. Except people are dying, like legit, like all the gore and stuff like that. And like in some bits and pieces, it turns like into like some Saw shit. Like, or more specifically, you remember that shit game called oh god, what was it? Rise of Nightmares or something like that.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Yeah, like if you remember like the rooms and like all the booby traps and stuff like that, exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, I had the typical, you know, fall off a fucking cliff and then I'm jolted away. Except my jolts aren't like, you know, just a solo jolt. I'll literally fucking jump off the couch or jump off the bed. Like, that's how bad it was for me.
Like, like the two reoccurring ones is my death and a girl's suicide. I will never, like, it's one of those things. It's so weird because it just keeps happening. Just so many times, just blam, blam, blam. It's like, why the fuck is this? Like, I don't get it. Like, so weird.
Yeah. We should probably read the final comments because we're 15 minutes over, 16 minutes now over.
Yeah, mine's the Grand Canyon. Okay, I know I read that. Ty. The weirdest dream I had was I was meaning to watch a movie that had Adam Sandler in it, and that was supposedly very bad. My dad said he saw it and said it was okay. Shrekky10, it's weird. In the dream, it feels like I chose to jump. I see from my perspective all the way until I see black, then I wake up. Yeah, like, mine's more of usually tripping and falling and shit like that, and then, of course, suicide.
Yeah. Well, mine I think is like exactly like Shrekington's. It's like I choose to jump, or it's not like just, you know, just dive bomb. And it's like more like spread arm to just tilt over.
And I watched it with Adam Sandler and a dolphin with a big hole in its nose. Adam Sandler and the dolphin play and have fun. And Sandler penetrate, fucks the dolphin's nose.
Sounds like Adam Sandler.
It does, but it's so weird because I don't know if that's a nightmare or a dream for Ty. Because he said then it cuts to Adam Sandler twerking in a shower. So
oh Jesus!
I'm not sure if that's a dream or a nightmare for him.
Oh god!
Like for me, that'd be a straight up fucking nightmare because I despise Adam Sandler.
It might be a prediction. It's Adam Sandler's next movie.
Yeah, I mean. Or it could be, like, for Ty, it might be a wet dream.
Oh, gosh.
Because, let's admit it, man. Guys do have them dreams. They wake up all sweaty because they had some really good sex in their dream.
True.
I've had those a few times. And then Grip said, I had a dream that I killed the creeper from Jeepers Creepers because I murdered my family. Never really had a dream about him.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't either. Even though that movie terrified the shit out of me, like, whenever I first watched it.
I don't know. I didn't care for it. So.
Like how you had your experience with the Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Mine was Jeepers Creepers.
Shit. Well, you have to talk about it next time we have our.
Yeah, I think we'll have to make that like a Down and Derby podcast topic.
I don't know if I could do dreams because I've pretty much talked about all the ones I can remember. So I think it'd be short. It'd be definitely probably not.
I don't know. I'd say we'll probably have some more like in the future. We'll save it as an idea for later. How about that?
Yeah. No, but all right. It's about time we ended this.
Yeah, we're 18 minutes over. So
next week's Down and Derpy will either be canceled or it will be on death. I'm just gonna wait and see how many people I can get to do it. If it's basically just gonna be me, I'm probably going to fucking cancel it. Because, I don't mind putting them off. You're looking at a man who really don't give a fuck anymore. But yeah, no, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream with the fans. This is number 14. And my name is Chris.
I'm Liam Drill. Oh, and if anybody is, curious of, trying to catch my stream for tomorrow, there's not going to be one. I want to be, chilling with Darkman over here.
Yep.
for
So,
pretty much the
and
entire day.
yeah, probably gonna have some videos from that hopefully. So, all right, guys, peace the fuck out.
Peace.